There's a foxhound heading for me. I need to give him a sidewinder and then take out that radar. There we go. We're locked. Bring our nose up. Sidewinder out. There it is. Splash. Alright everybody, welcome aboard with Plasma 1945. We are in a cockpit of an F-117 Nighthawk. That's right, this is not a new module for DCS. This is a very old game, and I'm going to give you a bit of a background here into how I got into Sims and my general love for all things military technology. This game is from 1991. It's 31 years old, and it still runs. I got it going through Steam, and I think it's worth $3, $4, $5, $10. It's pretty cheap. The graphics are pretty cool, and here's a bunker getting blown up. Probably by a GBU penetrator, but you know what? In this particular case, I think that strike would have been done at night. So let's jump into this game, and I'll kind of give you the overview of it. I'd recommend you try it if you've got patience and if you love Sims, because although the graphics may not look amazing, it's actually pretty detailed for what it was. So you'll end up at this squadron bulletin board, and all you got to do is hover over a name, hit the backspace, type in your call sign. Now there's two plasmas here, and then you can click on your name and pull up information. So for example here, it says that I'm going to fly against greens. No, I'm going to go against regular opponents. I'm going to choose easy landing so that there's a little bit of a challenge, but I haven't played this for years, so it might be a little tricky. Aircraft, there's a Microprose F-117 and the Lockheed F-117. The difference is the Lockheed F-117 has a smaller radar signature in the game, but only has 2 pylons inside the bomb bay doors, meaning that you do not carry as much weaponry, but also it does not have any air-to-air capability. Microprose realized when they designed this game that you might want to shoot down some aircraft, so in the Microprose version you actually have 4 stations in your bomb bays, and you can carry air-to-air missiles, and you have a 20mm cannon, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to choose that. I'm going to go form complete, hit exit, and I end up here in this pretty neat little room here. I'm going to go to the CO's office, and I can choose where I want to fly. You know, for example, go to Cuba, go to North Cape. You can fly in Vietnam or in North Korea, the Persian Gulf in the 80s, or Desert Storm in the 90s. Or even strikes against Libya in the 80s. Now, I'm going to choose Central Europe because that's a bit of a challenge there. So you click on there, it's selected. And you can choose different types of mission levels as well. Cold War missions means that you cannot strike any targets that are not identified. And in most cases, you'll be doing photo ops. So you'll be flying with a camera in your aircraft and you have to take pictures. Limited War, very specific targets. Conventional War, get extra points and blow up anything else that you might find. Mission types, you've got air-to-air mission and strike missions. Same thing with training. In training, you cannot be damaged. Air-to-air mission and strike mission each will have a primary and secondary objective. The only difference is in the air-to-air mission, your primary objective will always be an aircraft intercept. So you might be asked to take down a Candid, like a IL-76 AWACS, or you might be asked to take out a cargo plane or maybe some fighter. And the second mission will always be a ground target. I'm going to go strike mission, 2 ground targets, and click on transfer approved by, and there's the signature from my commanding officer. Next up, we're going to hit briefing. It's going to take a few seconds to load up, and we're going to get our mission orders. It'll populate the map and identify where you're taking off from. That's one hell of a flight. Destroy surface-to-surface missile, destroy a bridge, and then come back. Now, I probably don't want to subject you guys to a 45-minute flight here, so I'm going to go decline mission. Not sure if pilots can really do that. I don't think they can. And let's see if my other mission is going to be a little bit closer of a flight. There you go. Destroy surface-to-air missile. Destroy a SAM, and come back to the airbase I'm taking off from. So that's a little bit more reasonable. Should be a nice, quick 20-minute flight. All right, so something very neat here. They didn't have the graphics, but they had the brains and the know-how. Check this out. You can actually hover over any of the bases. It tells you where it is. If you want to learn Europe, good way to go. You've got some ships, And if you click on anything under radar ranges, it'll show you their radar types. So little dots means it's a pulse radar. A solid line will mean that it is a pulse Doppler radar. Now, pulse Doppler radars you can notch. The pulse radars are usually weaker. And you can use this to plan your ingress route, because the game actually models your radar signature as you fly in. So you take specific approaches to be avoided by radar. So this ingress here, I'm actually probably going to want to fly this way. I'm between those two radars. Hit the target here, probably take out this radar, take out that SAM site, and then fly back the same way I came in, avoiding these Doppler radars. You can also click on missile ranges, shows you what the missile ranges are for each site. You can also hover over anything that has an airbase. It'll tell you what kind of aircraft are based there. So for example, let's see here. There we go. Let's go enemy troops. I need an airbase. Give me an airbase here. There you go. So we got MiG-31 squadrons at this airbase. Nothing here. Nothing here. Mittewindel doesn't have any aircraft. Someone's going to have aircraft. There we go. There's an airbase, Grossheim. And no aircraft there specific. So MiG-31s, this radar here is said to be under repair. We've got 2 MiG-25 squadrons here. Do you have any flankers coming to get us? Let's take a look here. SA-5, no flankers. This is looking pretty good. Looks like it's going to be mainly MiG-31s and MiG-25s in the air looking for us. So very neat. You can after that go to mission brief, and this will give you your readout. So here's your top secret document: 416th Tactical Fighter Squadron, 2nd Lieutenant Plasma, 1945. August 14th, 86. Primary target: enemy has placed a large battery of surface-to-air missiles in the range of some of our important air facilities. These SAMs must be destroyed as quickly as possible. So these would probably be S-300Vs, mobile versions. And then enemy mobile SAM batteries have inflicted unacceptable losses on our tactical air attacks. Air support around operations cannot resume until these vehicles are destroyed. So we destroy a mobile SAM there as well. All right. Here's our departure, 1855 from Gutterschloch. And INS is configured. This game actually does have INS, which is really neat. Rules of engagement. A full state of war exists. Any and all targets within enemy territory may be attacked. So after you hit your objectives, take out anything of value. There's our estimated fuel and our suggested armament. Looks pretty good. Let's go next into select weapons. It's going to take us to the hangar. We've got a large selection of weapons we can load up. And you can click on each individual bomb bay or bomb bay pylon station and select what you want to attach there. I'm a big fan of laser guided bombs, so I'm going to drop in a paveway here. We've got some Mavericks here. Now we've got a couple of missiles and a SAM site, so maybe a cluster bomb, a paveway, and a couple of Mavericks. That should do it. Let's see here. You can also load up a harm if you want. Personally, in this game, your Maverick has a greater range than a harm, so I'm not sure why you would ever want to bring a harm, because a Maverick does just as great of a job against a radar. And as a matter of fact, you know what? Let's drop the cluster munitions. Let's bring a few extra Mavericks here. You've also got air-to-air missiles. You can either get the Sidewinders, 17-kilometer range, or you've got your Abrams, greater range, but you only get 3 of them. So let's go with 4 Sidewinders. All right, looks good. You can, if you want, you can actually put a camera here, but we're not photographing anything. We're getting those Sidewinders. All right, let's go hit the hangar. And let's, yeah, we're ready for our mission. Fuel's disconnected. They verified our stealth coding to make sure that there is no nicks and bruises on it. And we roll out just after sunset. Click and you're in the cockpit. All right, so everything in this game is all around the keyboard. You can fly with a joystick, but it's all about the keyboard. It takes a while to memorize things, and no, G does not bring up your gear. It's all a little bit weird. So first things first is flaps. That's number 9. So I'm going to bring that up. There's our flaps showing up in the top right-hand corner. Flaps up, flaps down. That's number 9. Then I'm going to go Shift and plus. That whine is telling you that the engines are on. We're rolling. Pull back on the stick. We're airborne. Going to press 6 to raise my gear. 9 to retract the flaps. And slow myself down to 90% thrust. Cool. I'm going to go press Alt-V now because you guys might enjoy the sound of the engine there, but it's a little annoying. Alright, so what we've got here in the cockpit, F1 is your cockpit view, F2 changes your modes. As you can see in the center of the screen there, you can go nav, air to air, air to ground. In each of these modes, you can use the buttons next to your right shift key, that's the question mark, the 2 brackets back and forth, and the M to look left, right, back, or forwards. So behind us we've got a Thunderbolt 2 circling. If I press B, I can switch to additional targets in that direction. So if there's more than one thing there, B will switch and cycle between things behind me. That's on our right MFD. If I press F3, that will switch my left MFD between tactical and map view. And whatever you've got locked behind you is going to get highlighted by a little gray square. And just like in DCS, I think if you press Shift F6, you can get an external view on whatever you've got locked. And if you press Shift F5, it'll actually put you into a track view, both you and whoever you've got locked, which is pretty cool. Never press Shift F10 unless you're ready to eject. You press it once, you're out of the plane. All right, I'm going to hit F1 to get back in the cockpit here. So what's happening here is I'm being detected by radars. Right below my left MFD is I've got that blue and red bar. It is supposed to be blue if you are not transmitting, and if you're not, well, it's supposed to be blue if you're not being detectable. Right now, I'm being radar ID'd, which means that if I was flying a Cold War mission, I would be losing points. But if I come down to the ground and fly nice and level, my EMV signature goes down. If I tilt my plane, my EMV signature actually goes up. You need to be flying in a flat profile so that you are not being detected. Down low, you also get quite a bit of turbulence. As you can see, I've got all kinds of shaking going on here. The red light is blinking. That means that I'm being tracked, and there's aircraft already been dispatched to intercept me. They're coming at me pretty quick. Can't lock them up yet or pick them up, but gonna sneak around here. The AI is actually pretty interestingly modeled. It'll hunt for your last position, not where you're supposed to be. And Z and X on the keyboard will zoom in and out. So you can get a left view. There we go. Got a Fulcrum flying by. Let's go Shift F5. He's on my wing, but he's not approaching. We're looking pretty good here. Get back in the cockpit. They're all looking for I was not where I'm supposed to be. No one's tracking me, so this is pretty good. Fulcrum is starting to turn into me. I don't like this. This is I made a mistake there by going a little too high up. I'm gonna hit space until my weapon changes to Sidewinders. Come around. There's a missile out on me from someone. This Fulcrum's getting real close here. This is within 10 kilometers. Need to open up my bomb bay doors. There they are. Hit enter and keep them in the HUD here. Splash one Fulcrum. We got a Foxhound right behind him. Bomb bay doors open. Increase my radar signature. Missile fired. Close up the bomb bay doors right away. Uh-oh, AA-9. That's a bad start. My jammers have been hit. The Foxhound has been shot down. And there is a SAM missile coming at me. Looks like it was going where I just was. And it just missed me, but that was a bad start. Got hit by a missile right away. You have to be really careful in this game because it's not all fun in games. Looks like there's a flanker trying to flank me here as well. I need to deal with this guy before he comes around and gets me. Enters your launch key. Space changes your weapons. They need to be in air-to-air mode. Now, once you've got somebody locked, you've also got a 20mm cannon. You hit backspace and it'll fire those squiggly lines. Alright, here comes the flanker. I'm wobbling all over the place. All misses. Where's that flanker? Where's that flanker? There he is. Oh, yeah. There you go. Who needs precision, right? All right. That flanker's down. And another missile's been launched at me from a radar. From Grossenheim. Looks like a long-range launch. Pretty high up here. And I'm going to come back to my tactical view. I'm just all over the place here. I'm going to notch this missile. And get back on course for 045. You've got chaff and flares. 1 is flares, 2 is chaff. There you go. That missile's been notched. It was fired way beyond any sort of acceptable range. Looks like an IL-76 is tracking me. In this game, IL-76s can launch 27 ERs at you. Just heads up. There's a mainstay right in front of me. This is not good. I need to deal with him. Shall we give him a sidewinder? Let's not get him. Let him get too close. He's coming right for me. There's that mainstay. Alright, back in the HUD here. 20 kilometers away. Got a lock. He might launch on me. This would be a good time for a missile, but I want to save a couple of missiles just in case it gets worse. Hopefully there is no missile launch from him here. Looks like we're going to merge. Here we go. 8 kilometers. There you go. Hit the IL-76. IL-76 down. Yeah, this is definitely a flight sim, right, guys? There's some parachutes out from him. Okay. Back to the tactical map. I'm flying right at a radar, and there's a foxhound heading for me. I need to give him a sidewinder and then take out that radar. There we go. We're locked. Bring our nose up. Open up the bomb bay doors. Hit enter. Sidewinder out. There it is. Splash. Sidewinder ground impact after taking out the target. Let's go back to our tactical view. We've got a radar in front of us here. I'm going to go air-to-ground mode. SAM radar at Wittok. Change it up to a Maverick. Launch range is 30 kilometers. This guy's launched a few missiles at me. I need to get rid of him so that he does not pose a threat. Open up bomb bay doors. There's our lock and launch authorization. Hit enter. Maverick out. Peeling off. As you can see, the Maverick is still tracking the target. If I press F6, I can go into a cool little FLIR view here. There's a missile coming in behind me. Let's drop some chaff. Change altitude. Turn into the missile. Alright, 1 radar down. Turn into the missile. It went for chaff. We're looking good. We're looking good. Alright, guys. Whew. As you can see, this is pretty intense here. My damage display is on my left panel. As you can see, jammers are hit, so I can't show you that, but 3 and 4 would activate my jammers, IR and ECM, but unfortunately those are not active because they've been hit. AV is your autopilot, so I got no autopilot. We go into the F3 map view. Alright, my first target is on course for 045 from my position. So let's get back to that course and see if I can find that target. There's a radar and a surface-to-air missile, which is kind of dumb, but I guess I'm supposed to hit a single missile at a radar site. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to first take out the radar. Sometimes it doesn't make much sense, but yeah, let me take out the radar first, and then I'll take out the surface-to-air missile. So there's an airbase in front of me there, and it's got both the radar and the missile. I'm in ground view, looking forwards. I can press B to look for any new targets, or I can press N to look for any random targets of opportunity, which are not necessarily military targets. So there's depots and windmills. If it's a target that is a friendly target, it'll actually say no target on the screen, which is pretty cool. All right. Let's drop the altitude a little bit. Let's take a look at our EMV. As you can see now, if I open up my flaps, EMV doesn't change much. I open up my bomb bay doors, my EMV goes way up, making me that much more detectable. Altitude makes a huge difference as well. So what you want to do is you want to stay low and silent. Alright, here's my primary target, the surface-to-air missile. Yeah, it looks like a mobile S-300. Gonna press B a couple of times and find that radar. Gonna pop a Maverick at him first. If you press F5, that'll bring up your weapon states on your right MFD. So it looks like I've still got 3 Mavericks, 1 Sidewinder, a couple paveway bombs. Let's go back into that target view. Let's get that radar. And we should get launch authorization around 30 kilometers or so. So there we go. Here's our launch authorization. 8 to open bomb bay doors. Enter. Missiles on its way. Level out. You could fire and forget, but let's take a look at this radar. There's our radar spinning around. You get all kinds of cool data while you're in external view. Here comes the missile. Boom. Radar's hit. Here's our primary target. I'm going to hit space again to switch into paveways. Bring my nose up a bit. Cut my thrust back to 80%. Line up with the diamond. Open up bomb bay doors just above the target. Waiting. There it is. Target destroyed by paveway. Looking good. But
primary target hit.
There's a guy right in front of me. Haha, there you go. Sucks to be you, whoever, whatever that was. I didn't even see what that was. Alright. Just saw that on that an aircraft just took off. You would not be performing these kinds of turns. Whoa, just stalled out. That target's destroyed, but it's still being shown as an active target. Not sure why. Let's hit F10. Primary mission is completed, so we are okay to go on course and find our next target. Back into F3 view. Lots of EMV. We're really high up, being painted by radars. Bring our nose down. Let's get out of there. Oof, okay. That was intense. Little red dots on the tactical map mean that it's an aircraft. You can see where it's looking with its radar. Blinking orange crosses are primary secondary targets. Black squares are the SAM sites. And gray squares are inactive SAM sites. But that radar can always turn on and shoot at you, so keep that in mind. If you press F7, it'll bring up your flight paths and waypoints. F8 brings up another set of views. I'm not sure what the difference is. One is red, one is blue. That doesn't make much sense to me, but okay. But right now on course for 225, press Z to zoom in a little bit. These targets should be getting close. And looks like there is an airplane approaching me from 270. Tapping random buttons. He's looking for me, but looks like he's not picking me up, so I'm just going to ignore him. And I'm going to redirect south. I think this radar and the little cross... Okay, there goes a foxhound. Hopefully he's not seeing me. Gotta keep my EMV low. The radars here, if they detect you, they will redirect the aircraft towards you. So you really gotta use your head here. He gets detected by alright, SAM radar at Cottbus. And there's our mobile SAM at Cottbus. So SAM radar is closer. We still have Mavericks, so we're gonna give him a Maverick. Spacebar, switch to Maverick, staying low. No one's seeing us. This is looking pretty good. There you go, within launch range. Pop the bomb bay doors open. Let's go into an external view. Missile launch. There she goes, to bring us back down a bit. No one's looking at us. Some radar's off. That's why it's so quiet. That radar is down and it's not targeting us. You could switch target, but I don't want to do that. I want to make sure the target does get hit. There's our mobile SAM. Secondary target. Looks like there's some sort of a bunker or base next to us. Tanks on the ground. There's actual tanks here that you can target on the ground. Alright. Someone got our... Uh-oh. Not good, not good. Destroying that target has redirected their aircraft towards us. And we're starting to get painted. Air-to-air mode. Let's engage and deal with these guys. Flanker. And who's his friend? And a flogger. Alright, flanker's a greater threat priority. Gonna give him our last Sidewinder. That was my fault. I had my bomb bay doors open this entire time. That's why he turned and saw me. Alright. Fox 2. Close the bomb bay doors. There's 3 aircraft coming at me. He's down. Let's redirect to this flogger. Looks like flogger has lost track of me. Something else is definitely tracking me. 9 kilometers away. Who else is it? Has a foxhound as well. This is not cool. Flogger's coming around. He's high. I need to get a little closer. There he goes. A9 fired at me. Not good. Looks like the A9 has missed. Might have locked out there and notched it. They're both stalling out. Let's get that thrust up. Still okay, still okay. Flogger's on top of us. This foxhound is a higher priority though. There he goes. Come on. Yay! Who cares about precision, right guys? Yes, it's not that arcadey, but it's kind of arcadey. Losing airspeed? Nope, no stalling out. Level out, level out. No, there's our stall. Okay, here's that flogger. Let's deal with the flogger and take out our secondary target. It's going over the top. Haha! Take that. Very nice. Oh shit. This is bad. Okay, since I'm up high here, I'm going to deploy a decoy and get the hell out of here. MiG-25 is launching missiles at me. I need to get on course for my target. Hopefully they're all going to be looking at that decoy that I just dropped. I'm going to try to target my ground target up ahead. Whew, that got a little too intense. Alright. Get nice and low. Are they still tracking me? No, it looks like they lost track. Grossenheim decided to launch a missile at me though. Not good, not good. 16 kilometers. I'm out of Fox 2s. There's the radar I blew up. Passing right by me. Let's get a bomb on this target and get the hell out of here. Whoever's on my 6 o'clock is definitely tracking me. Bomb bay doors open. Hopefully I don't damage myself. There's our lock. Not sure if that paveway's going to make it. Paveway missed. Drop some flares. Go for flares, go for flares, go for flares. Whew. That was close. Another missile right behind me. Need to take out that target. I still have a Maverick. Alright, let's come around. Let's fire a Maverick and get the hell out of here. That was way too many aircraft all over me. No, you would not be doing this sharp of a turn. Ever in a F-117. Bomb bay doors. Maverick out. Going in for a merge here. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Hit the target. Alright, secondary target hit by AGM-65. Beautiful.
Target hit.
Yes, it is. I need to get out of here real quick here. I'm being tracked. And I'm being surrounded. This is not good. You're supposed to be stealthy. This all went wrong when I took off and went too high. Let's pop a missile on this flanker. Or maybe I can get away from him. There's a lot of missiles flying around here. Home base is 270 approximately. Let's climb up. Let's go real high. Stall out. Where's my stall speed? Deploy decoy. Okay, we're out of decoys. And let's get right back down to the deck. Hopefully they're all going to be looking at the decoy, not at me. Missiles coming. I need to get out of here. Let's go tactical map view. F7. What's our flight path? Without the navigation system. Just going by eyeball here, but good thing you do have those multifunction displays. There we go. On course. Everyone's really busy looking at my decoy. Hopefully they're not seeing me. Staying real low. EMV's down. And hopefully no one's tracking me. Not getting any radar pings. This is how they're supposed to fly this thing. You're not supposed to be flying the way I was flying it. It is not a dogfight simulator, as you can tell. It's wobbly. Look at that gunfire. I mean, I still have 475 rounds. I could take out tanks, I suppose. Camera forwards, air to ground. There's a depot there. Keep pressing N. We fuel dumps, all kinds of stuff. There's a radar 20 kilometers away. No one's seeing me, though. That's the important part. Some radar at Dressau. Some buildings. We're okay. Some depots. Again, no factor. We don't care. We just want to get out of here and survive. Looks like there's airplanes behind us trying to paint us, but no one's seeing us. They're all focused on that decoy that I dropped back there. Trying to figure out where this stealth plane went. Alright, if your flight's taking too long, guys, you can just make sure you're not at on the deck, but you can press Shift and Z or Z on the left side, and you're going to go into accelerated time, which means that time will pass twice as fast, which makes flying through long missions a little bit better. Let's look forward. There's some tanks in front of me. Yeah, there's a tank. I used to do inverted dives on these tanks, go high up and then just dive on them and shoot them, and you get points for actually shooting them with your cannon. And you can achieve a hit on them. There's how the tanks look, guys. Look at these amazing graphics from 1991. And there's our plane flying by with our nav lights on. I wonder if there's a way to turn them off. I have to look that up, because we shouldn't have our nav lights on if we're in the... Yeah, go figure. Alright. So now we can see friendly bases. Those little dots are friendly aircraft up ahead. We do have an ILS system. So if I press 7, it will not bring it up because my ILS has been damaged along with my avionics. Great. Alright, well. And as you can see, I'm picking up other targets, and they're saying no target because I'm over friendly territory. If you get splashed and you eject over enemy territory, you can get captured. If you splash and ditch if you get splashed and you ditch your plane over the sea, sometimes you'll get captured. Sometimes search and rescue will get you, but it's a lot better than getting hit and crashing over the enemy territory. And I climbed up a bit here, and it looks like people are sending me missiles right up my tailpipe. All right, I don't think they're of any threat to me. Let's take a look at our tactical map. Oh, those flankers are now chasing me. There's a missile chasing me. I don't think you guys are going to be able to get me. There's our friendly F-15 Eagle. There he is flying around. Pretty awesome graphics. Yeah, just select them, press there's a Thunderbolt. A-10, aka Warthog. Where is he? There he is. Look at him make that turn. That's a great looking Thunderbolt. Really? No. A missile just flew under me. Okay. That wasn't cool. Whew. Alright, I'm supposed to land at Gutterslau here. Let's go into our tactical view. I'm supposed to be coming in from... I think I'm supposed to be coming in from the north to land. Or from the south. Let's see here. The friendlies are looking at those little dots. Looks like they're landing from the south. All right. Let's line up and come in from the south then. If you have an INS system, it'll actually bring up a couple of bars and guide you all the way down. Which is pretty cool. 6 kilometers away, we've got quite a bit of fuel still. Usually I calculate 100 fuel for 100 kilometers. Just like in DCS. Or in DCS, 1,000 fuel for 100 kilometers. Alright, let's separate from the base a bit. Fly 180 and then come in for a landing. I think most airfields here are either a 180 or 090 approaches. 10 kilometers. Let's bring our flaps down. Let's execute a crazy banking maneuver because why not? Right circuit. Not the NATO way, but it'll have to do. I'm not sure if you can have a mid-air collision in this game with aircraft. Alright, there's our air base. Whoa! Drop our gear. It's not quite, maybe it is, gear down. Thrust down to 40. Comes the airbase.
Cleared to land.
0 to bring up our brake. Don't roll off, don't roll off. Don't roll off.
Good landing.
Whew. Alright, I landed. Whew, that was intense, guys. There you go, F-117 Nighthawk. I landed. My pilot gave me a thumbs up because I didn't crash him. He's happy. I'm also happy to have served in this crazy mission. Whew. There we go. Okay, that was F-117. Selector is your spacebar. Here's our summary. I safely landed after accomplishing the primary and secondary objective. The performance rating for this mission was 702. 9 enemy aircraft were shot down. 6 enemy ground installations were destroyed. Cool. And it comes with TAC view, just like in DCS. That's right. You can actually see where you've flown and what you've done. Check this out. So here's my takeoff. It looks like I'm flying a UFO. My UFO has fired a Sidewinder. Fulcrum shot down. Another Sidewinder. Foxhound shot down. There's the A missile that got me. Another flanker. A mainstay. I'm just an ace. Here's a Sidewinder. Foxhound's down. There's the Maverick against the radar. Radar at Wittstock is eliminated. Flying along, Maverick, and that's the second radar. This one's at Kolobzherk. Then Paveway dropped and hit our missile. So that single missile at the radar site. Sure. Fulcrum snuck up on me, shot him down. This is the guy that just took off. This is where he got crazy. I shot a Maverick, took out the radar, was about to go after the surface-to-air site, but unfortunately I got surrounded by aircraft. Popped a Sidewinder, flanker, Foxhound down, Flogger down with guns. Paveway dropped, but actually it did say that I hit a mobile SAM, but I didn't destroy my mobile SAM, so I destroyed another target, but not my primary target. There's a few of them together. Fired my Maverick, got my secondary target, and then got the hell out of there. And as you can see from my flight paths, I don't fly like Nomad, as in making proper turns. And there's my UFO landing. Alright guys, there you have it. Oh, and you know what? I got a silver star for shooting all those aircraft down with some pretty epic music. And there's always a joke. Yep, those guys never knew what hit them, but they definitely got hit. And then you're back to go fly another mission. So that's pretty awesome. There's a whole bunch of other missions you can fly. You can change up and fly over Libya. You can both take off and land on aircraft carriers, which is pretty awesome. So there's a whole bunch of stuff you can do in this game. I mean, 1991, but it is a fun game. It teaches you about notching, teaches you about missiles. I have a link to the manual in the description. The manual itself is gold because it tells you all about the weapons, all about the aircraft, and also it's quite detailed. It has some combat maneuvers, missile evasion maneuvers. No, you can't expect too much simulation here, but for what it is, for a game that fit onto 2 floppies, that's right, this whole game was 2.5 megabytes in size. Not gigabytes, 2.5 megabytes. So like 0.000025 gigabytes. This game is pretty awesome and still a lot of fun. Alright, Plasma 1945 signing off, and remember, fly safe, whatever you fly, because it's all a simulation.